Hey Q. Can you hear me? Mm. You can hear me? Okay, good. Thank you. Oh, yeah. You've been talking about military stuff on your channel, haven't you? I think that's cool. I think you should continue to do that. You may help someone who's thinking about joining the service. Yeah, it could totally help someone. Good for you. Hi, Underrated. Brother JT, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Hi, 89 TV. Salute. I don't know who's all here. I kind of want to give some people some time to get here. I don't want to put their name in the title because I felt like it would just be corny as fuck. But I kind of wanted to discuss the whole Jada, Will, and August Alsina thing. I don't like putting celebrities' names in my title of my videos. I just don't. I don't even really like doing celebrity gossip because that's not really my lane, but I don't know. I don't know. There's something in my spirit that just doesn't sit right. If that's not like my lane, I feel like it is just click for clicks and views. So, hi, Fracas Foremost. How are you? Why don't you have a wrench? Okay, see, Google is on that BS again. They're messing with my wrenches. Okay, there we go. Give me 1 second. Okay. Well, okay. So, basically, I think a lot of what we've been witnessing is what happens when people blur the lines between fantasy and reality when it comes to celebrities and celebrity culture. And people form these unhealthy attachments to celebrities. And it's kind of like they feel like they have this sort of entitlement to unfairly judge and critique their life just because you profess that this is your favorite actor, actress, or singer, and so you feel like you know this person in real life. You feel like you can judge them as a friend or judge them as a family member when these are complete strangers. We don't know these people. We don't follow them in their everyday walking life. We don't know what goes on with them on a daily basis. So who the fuck are we to judge them? you know and then on top of that, hi Rev, it's like they're not allowed to be human. If you're a celebrity, because you're on a pedestal, you're not allowed to be human. You're not allowed to make mistakes. You're not allowed to have feelings. You're not allowed to do anything. You just should be perfect, and you should be a robot, and you should act and acquiesce to the desires of everyone else. You should act how everyone thinks you should carry yourself. And they associate who you should be in reality with the characters that you portray in movies or what you sing about or write about in your songs. That's the sick part of celebrity culture. Like, people on the outside looking in, or strangers, I should say, because they're strangers on the outside looking in, judging Will and Jada and August as if they know them personally, as if they know their life story from start to now, from start to finish. It's like, and who the fuck are you? Are you perfect? Do you have life figured out? So you have life figured out and you're the mothership, right? You're the mothership. So let me get this right. You can sit back on your high throne and judge everyone because you got this shit, or you got this shit. What's up? You got this shit figured out, right? You got everything figured out and you're perfect and you don't make any mistakes. So they're not allowed to have human moments. They're not allowed to have moments of weakness. They're not allowed to feel. They're not allowed to pain. They're not allowed to cry or to be broken or to be weak at times. They should just be perfect, right? They're not allowed to be human. See, this is why I talked about last year on my video. What's the title of that video? It's called, I can't remember the title of it, but basically the gist of the video was be careful about pedestals, because when you put someone on a pedestal, you have to realize that you're dealing with a human that has flaws, a human who's going to piss you off from time to time, a human who's going to not be perfect all the time. So as high as you put someone on a pedestal, you have to understand that they're human as well. And I think that especially like, cause thank God I'm not on Twitter or, Instagram or any of that crap. Cause I don't want to see the trending topics. I don't want to see notifications. I don't want to do any of that. It's enough just to see it on YouTube. But I think that what we're witnessing is what happens when people form unhealthy attachments to celebrities. It's like you're so enamored. And me personally, I don't care about your personal life. I just want to know, when's the next creative project? Hey, yo, Jada. Hey, yo, Will. When's the next movie? Hey, yo, August. When's your next EP? August is an awesome songwriter and producer. I think that Will and Jada are awesome performers. I think they're very talented, very gifted individuals. So it's a bit disenchanting. I become very disenchanted. And when these sort of scandals are published and they're talking about their private life, I mean, I know that they have the choice to talk about their private life and do these interviews if they want to. It's their choice to do it. And I know it serves its purpose for them. But me personally, I don't want to know about your private life, because that's not why I'm interested in seeing you on a silver screen. I saw you in that movie, Scream. I think my favorite role that Jada played was her role in the movie Scream 2 was it Omar Epps? I thought that she did absolutely excellent in that movie. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Will, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, August Alsina. One of my favorite songs by August Alsina is Inhale, Be Love. I think they're awesome people. So I don't care about your private life. That's the least of my worries. I don't know the whole love triangle, hey Gotti, that happened between them. I don't want to know, because I don't want to be disenchanted with their talent. I want to remember them, and I want to always, if they pop on my silver screen or if they pop in a commercial or something, hey, I remember when he came out with this song. I want to have a feeling of nostalgia. I don't want to have this feeling of, yeah, but they did this interview. Like, I don't know. It's just a bit disenchanting. I've been disenchanted lately. And it's like these celebrities and stuff, like, we don't know them personally. We cannot judge them. You are an outsider looking in. And whatever they choose to talk about in an interview, or whatever they choose to, share with the public, it's only a snippet of something that has happened throughout the course of years. So you only get a very small portion of that. So you think you can take that and use that as a measure to judge their quality or worth as a person? How fucking dare you? Who the fuck are you? Are you God? Are you the mothership? Are you Messiah? So all these people who want to be judging them and making these videos and doing critiques, it's very ironic. It's very ironic because you can't separate the artist from the human. These people are artists first. They're artists first, as far as their position in the public eye. Outside of that, they're human, but we don't know them personally as humans. We know them as artists first. That's why I say they're artists first. We don't sleep with them at night. We're not in the house with them, during quarantine. We don't shop with them. We don't eat breakfast with them. So who the fuck are we to judge them? Who the fuck are we to unfairly critique them and say what they should do, what they shouldn't do? Well, were you there during the 12 months of the first quarter of their marriage? You don't know a damn thing that you think you know. So I think people love to jump the gun and make entertainment out of shit that they really just don't know a damn thing about. They're a couple who went through an obvious dark time in their marriage, something that couples go through. And now you have this interview that they've done, and everyone's pouncing on it. And everyone's using it for entertainment purposes and views and everything. And that's why I didn't put their name in my title, because I feel like people want to capitalize off of the pain and suffering of other people. They are humans who happen to be famous, who went through a struggle in their life with each other. They happen to be humans who are living out, who are having their private lives scrutinized by a bunch of strangers around the world who don't know them, okay? Who expect them to be perfect, who expect them to not make any mistake, who basically expect them to not be human or have any kind of human experience. And that's a bit worrying. That's a bit troublesome to me. And it's just, this is why I don't even like, to me, it's just the way that I separate fantasy from reality. I could care less what you do in your private life. I want to know when's the next album, when's the next movie. I don't care about all that other stuff because it doesn't concern me. It's not going to change my life one way or another to know who cheated on who. You're a stranger to me. So how does that affect me? It doesn't. So there's that dog barking again. So to me, it's one of those things where it's like, wow, I haven't, the only video that I watched in its entirety was one video. And that was a video that one of my favorite female content creators uploaded. And that's really the only video I've watched. I've heard snippets of the interview here and there, but I don't even want to hear it because I admire them so much as artists and performers that I don't want to know their dirty laundry. Like, why would I get off on that? I think they're awesome in their artistry and what they do. So why would I want to ruin that fantasy by learning about their dirty laundry? And it's like people are just pouncing on it and using it for entertainment and views. And it's just, honestly, I find it very sick. I find it sick and very troublesome that people would take such a sensitive and vulnerable experience between a married couple and just, like, people don't care. They don't care about the human experience. They care about capitalizing off of shit. And that's why I know people don't care. They're just doing it for, it's another story, another scandal, another celebrity gossip story for people to just talk about out both sides of their neck. Because one day you'll be saying that this person is wrong, but the next day you'll be perpetuating that same behavior. So for me, it's all disingenuous, and people they only care about things that matter, that make them money. So people don't care. And that's just, where I'm at with it. I didn't want to make this a long stream. I just wanted to come here and say that. I don't even want to keep this up because I don't like really talking about celebrity gossip on my channel. But I hear snippets here and there, and it's very triggering because it's like, well, motherfucker, you're a random motherfucker on the internet with an opinion. Who the fuck are you? Are you perfect? Are you God? Did you create them? Oh, right. So you got life figured out, right? You got it all figured out. You get to sit back and judge everyone on your high horse and on your fucking throne with your so-called crown on, right? So to me, like, people are fake as fuck. That's all I really have to say about that. '89 TV. I'm not getting attached to those people. People be asking me, bro, you listen to the baby. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? For real, '89 TV. I mean, that's what happens when you have people that form unhealthy bonds to celebrities. It's just weird. It's like they become so enamored and enchanted by these celebrities that they really begin to think and believe that they can judge them as people, as if they are related to them personally or a personal friend. Like, you don't know these fucking people. These are strangers. This could totally be an orchestrated, fabricated scandal. It could totally be real. We don't know. But it's just been exposing different sides of human nature, and I think it's interesting. But at the same time, it's annoying because it's like, who are you to fucking judge someone? You're an outsider looking in. You don't even know the full story. It's annoying. People are so self-righteous. I'm laughing because the dog is down there barking. It's almost like he can hear me talking. Rev says it really pisses me off that people hold celebrities above others. Like, I can't stand people who judge who dates who or what they like to do as hobby, etc., etc. Yeah. I mean, I share the same sentiment. I mean, it's like even with athletes, celebrities, singers, actors, they're paid to portray a certain image, and they will believe that over people who they deal with in their everyday real walking life outside of a virtual space, which is very bothersome. So, I mean, I definitely share that sentiment. It's like, when will real connections with people become important anymore? When will like real connections with people matter anymore? It's like people have gotten so lost in the virtual spaces that real connections don't matter anymore. It's all about celebrity culture and hi, brass man. Even my dog knows. Well, that's cute. Salute to you, brass man. Yeah, Fracas, it's very troubling that it was brought to the public. I mean, I don't want to know your dirty laundry. Like, you're one of my favorite actors. I don't care about your dirty laundry. Like, I know that you're human. Like, I don't care about all the rest of it. I just know you're an awesome actor. I know you're an awesome singer songwriter. That's all I care about. I don't want to talk about your freaking divorce or your private life with your, wife. I don't want to talk about that. I want to know, when's the next movie coming out, okay? What movie are you shooting for the next year? What do we have to look forward to? Do you have a trailer? Do you have any snippets? Like, that's all I care about. Like, I'm not into celebrity culture because I think that people they're used to forming these unhealthy attachments to celebrities. And in their mind, they know these celebrities personal, as if they grew up with them. And it's like, dude, you don't know these people. Like, chill. I don't care about it. Exactly. 89 TV, I don't care about it. Only thing I care about is what I came for, which is to see your movie or listen to your EP or see what musical project you're working on next. That's really all I care about. I don't care about all the rest of it. 89 TV says some people be doing some weirdo shit just to see a fucking person that everybody knows. And I see that as sad and pathetic. It is absolutely sad and pathetic because the person who they're doing that for or to be seen with probably don't even know that they exist. And even if they know that they exist, you're not that important to them the way that you're holding them in that regard. They don't hold you to that same regard, regardless of what you may think because they said hello to you or they shared a 5-minute phone conversation with you. They have a whole life outside of you. You're not even a part of their huge circle. It's like a picture of the sun. Their life is the sun, and you're this tiny planet Pluto over here in the corner. You don't even really exist in their world. So you're going to so many far ends of an extreme to prove what point? You barely exist to them. So I totally agree with that, 89 TV. And I appreciate your comment. I celebrate celebrities when they perform awesome in movies, when they write great tracks that touch my heart and trigger my emotions, and when they put on great performances, or when, it's an athlete that, performs great, at an ice skating tournament or something. That's what I celebrate. I don't care about your private life. It's none of my business. I don't want to know. I don't want to be disenchanted. You're ruining my fantasy. Let me enjoy you as a celebrity. I don't care. I don't want to know you as a person in real life, because it would destroy the fantasy that I have for you on the silver screen. Like, I don't care. I don't even understand how people can be so comfortable with knowing private details of a celebrity. To me, it's just a weird vibe type energy. I don't even understand it. Well, yeah, I mean, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. People, I don't know. They love to blur the lines. It just gives them something to talk about. And it's never really about understanding a person's pain or suffering, or really exercising some sort of degree of compassion. It's about, what can I put in a clickbait title, or what can I say that is going to be shock value and get me views and donations. And I think that's fucking sick. I mean, me personally, I think it's sick. People have a right to do it. I understand why they do it, but that doesn't mean I think it's okay. I think that's very problematic. And it speaks a lot to the human condition. I don't have it all figured out. I'm not perfect. I have my own flaws. I never fucking claim to be perfect. I don't like even being put on a pedestal, because I need space to be human, damn it. I need space to be flawed and make mistakes, because I am not perfect, ain't trying to be perfect. That's why I don't want to be a fucking celebrity, because I value my privacy and personal space, and not just like physically, but emotionally and mentally. I don't want to be judged for everything I do. I don't want to be judged for eating ice cream on Sunday. I don't want to be judged for dating, whoever I'm dating and traveling. Like, it's just ridiculous. They judge these people as if they know them personally. And it's like, you're a stranger on the internet with an opinion out of a billion opinions. You're not even a drop in the bucket, honey. Like, quit. Well, I mean, that's why I'm not on social media. I'm on a video sharing platform called YouTube, and that's it. And even that can be a bit much at times, but it's great that, I get to control. You can control your notifications, and when you turn it off, and it's over. And when you turn it on, you can be bothered with it. But me, I don't know. Like, I don't idolize celebrities. I'll tell you who I idolize. But like, when it comes to talent and stuff like that, I appreciate them for what they bring to the table. And for me, that's their talents and their gifts, nothing further. I don't care about what religion they are. I mean, they're allowed to be their own person outside of who they are as a celebrity. And people can't separate the two. Like, it's just, it's just, I don't even want to hear about it anymore. I'm going to throw YouTube away. I'm going to just throw everything away, throw my internet away. It's my responsibility to make sure I judge you consistently and fairly with the highest order. That's a part of my morals and code of ethics. Absolutely. We absolutely have to judge people, because that's how we protect ourselves. But to what degree are we judging them? I think some people are judging people for empty reasons, for invalid reasons, for unfair reasons, in an unfair way, in a judgmental type of way. You judge someone, yeah. I mean, we have to do that, but some of these folks, they sound ridiculous. I mean, beyond ridiculous. Brass man, you shouldn't have to be judged about the size of the body or anything else except the character. Yeah, brass man, but unfortunately, we live in a world full of people who are just empty inside. And it's all about the superficial surface shit, you know? And that's just unfortunate because people miss out on really beautiful people because they're so superficial and they're so judgmental. A person has one flaw and you just throw them away and discard them because you think they're worth nothing because they have one flaw or because they made one mistake. Something very small or something very like not even really a mistake, but maybe it's a mistake, but maybe it's just something simply that you disagree with or I don't know. I don't know. Now I see why artists go through what they go through. It's like, damn, can you just let it be beautiful? Can't you just let them be beautiful? Just let them be beautiful artists. Why do we have to like want to go deeper? It's kind of like I like to use the analogy of what happens when we pick a flower. Say that we're walking and we see a field full of bluebonnets. What happens when you pluck a flower from the soil? It dies. You just plucked it from its natural habitat. So it dies as a result. So I kind of thought about these celebrities is the same way. Let them be beautiful as a celebrity, as an artist, as an actor. Let them shine in their light. Why do you have to dive deeper and want to, do you understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Hi, Anthony Bolton. Salute. I just never wanted to pluck them from their natural habitat. I want them to stay right there where they are and let me enjoy them the way they are. I don't want to know about your private life. I don't want to know. I don't want to be disenchanted with you. I just want to enjoy you as a singer, an actor, a musician, whatever it is that you do. Let me enjoy you and your talent. I don't care about the rest of it. Instead of looking at the bad, I try to always look at the good. What's going on with all this negativity? We need more positivity like you, do you, and let them live their lives in peace. Yeah. I mean, I think we also have to look at the bad too, because there is, like duality in this life. And I think the bad helps us as well. Everything is about balance. So I think it's good to acknowledge it, but I think we have to know what we're looking at when we're looking at things. And I think that I don't know. Yeah, because they're not allowed to be human. They're not allowed to even breathe. It's like they have to. And I said this to a family member who's a musician. I said, I couldn't imagine being famous. That to me seems like it would be a very lonely place to be because it's like, I couldn't, like, first of all, like, I couldn't imagine, like, not being able to walk down the street or go to the store or go to the mall or go to a festival without people going crazy. Do you know how weird and bizarre that would be? Everywhere you go, there are crowds of people wanting to take pictures. And it's like you never get to have a moment. You never get to just enjoy, your life with your family, with your friends. You always have to serve people. You never get to just go somewhere and just be normal. And then it's like you're judged for everything you do, and it's like you can't even it's like you can't live your life is not normal anymore. You don't get to you don't you're not afforded the same freedoms as everyone else. You can't just go here and there. You can't just give people access to you or just be free to do so. You can't be a free spirit anymore. You have to be restricted in everything that you do in a different type of way because You're a celebrity now. And you can become famous, but you can't undo that. Once you're famous, you're famous. And to me, that's a very lonely place to be, especially when people are constantly judging you and critiquing for every little goddamn thing. Well, when do I get to be human? When do I get to just be me? Like when do you don't get to. And when you do, you have to literally go inside of the earth or under a rock to do it. So you can have layers and layers of privacy to protect the experience. Because if not, people will fucking ruin it. Yeah, those pics make money, so share. So sharks are hungry. What pics, Travis? What are you talking about? Yeah, Fracas, foremost, you're right about that. Because when I think about when I went to, gosh, I don't want to talk about that because I'm going to get emotional. But yeah, it does kind of remind me of what like the organ players and some of the like lead singers in the choir would go through when I was in high school. And even like in the church, like people critique you so harshly when you're in the public eye, and it's so easy for them to do it because they're out there, look, they are the observer. So it's easy for them to sit back and be overly critical of every little thing you do. If you breathe the wrong way, it's the end of the world. No, don't cry. It's not a time to cry. Well, that's selfish of me to say. I think the better thing to say was if you need to cry, then go ahead and do it. Because when you cry, it's like you're giving your soul a bath, like you're cleansing yourself when you cry. So if you need to cry, then yeah, absolutely cry. It's a very human thing, and you're allowed to cry. You're allowed to be human. There's nothing wrong with crying. It's a very human thing to do, contrary to popular belief. I cry. How many times have I broke down and cried on my streams? I don't care. Like, I'm human. I feel everything. I feel very deeply. And crying, feeling emotion doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you weak. It just means you're human and you're connected to your emotions. And people always love to pass judgment on people who cry and who are emotional. An emotional person is just a person who's alive. An emotional person is just a person who feels and they're not desensitized. And you're allowed to feel everything. You're allowed to feel every emotion whenever you feel it, whenever it comes to you. And you don't have to apologize or explain that shit. Why do we have to explain that to people? Right. And water flows. I take private, you know, after a good cry, I feel clean. My soul, if it feels like I literally just gave myself an emotional cleanse. So there's nothing wrong with, feeling. It just means you're human. And unfortunately, a lot of people, their brains are just wired differently. They think that when men cry or when people cry, it's a form of weakness. Well, you know what I think is weak? I think it's weak to hold it in, because when you hold it in, that is actually the very thing that makes you weak, is when you hold it in. Why? Because we all know what stress does to people. When you hold in, when you suppress things inside of you, it causes mental illness. So yeah, holding it in is actually what makes you weak, not letting it out. Letting it out makes you stronger because you're getting it out of you. You're letting it out and you're cleansing yourself. Holding it in is going to hinder you from your personal, spiritual, emotional, and mental growth and development. You don't suppress things. That's how shit explodes. Absolutely, Jervis. Yeah. It causes stress. And why do they call stress the silent killer? So all those people who are going around gotta be savage all the time. They gotta be savage as fuck 24/7. I don't cry. I don't get weak. I don't do this. I don't, all right. Keep holding all that stuff in, and you'll see where that gets you. Years and years and years of suppressed emotion leads to one thing after the other. And a part of that is physical illness. What goes on inside of our emotions and affects us on a psychological level eventually affects us on a physical level. That's why mental therapy exists. That's why psychologists and psychiatrists exist. If it didn't affect us physically, then there would be no need to address shit in therapy. It affects us on every level. That's why I don't let people shame me for having, like when I cry on my streams or if I get emotional, I don't let people shame me for that. Never confuse a person who's emotional with being weak, because a person who's crying could absolutely kick your ass. You don't know what's going on in their head, like people are strong. I think like a lot of times too, we're a lot stronger than what we think we are, but we've been socialized to believe a lot of things that just aren't true about human nature. Like people say men, like for example, men who cry, they call men who cry weak. I know a lot of men that I look up to who are strong as hell. I've seen them break down and cry, but it doesn't mean they're weak. It doesn't make them weak. It just means they're having a human experience. That's all. But I would never say they're weak because they're crying. That's ludicrous. That's like absurd. Hey, Ron 314. Yeah, that's what happened to me when I was in the military. Rev, I suppressed a lot of things and I eventually had a nervous breakdown. I was holding a lot in and I was using alcohol and drugs to suppress it. I had to correct that stuff in therapy. I had to reverse a lot of that. So it's best that you let it out now. It's okay to be human. You don't have to apologize for being human. It just means that you're not desensitized, but like when I was in the military, I eventually had a nervous breakdown because I was holding so much in. I would never talk to anyone. I would never let it out. I would just suppress it with drugs and substances and, self-medicating on, different things. And eventually I just had a mental breakdown. And I had to go to therapy and correct that stuff. That's why I think it's important for people, especially the Black community, to address issues surrounding mental health, because, everyone's talking about physical fitness, but who's talking about mental fitness? Not a lot of people. Yeah, me too, Fracas. But anyway, you guys, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I just wanted to come here and, give my little thoughts about that. I'll probably, I don't know if I want to keep this up or not. I might keep it up. I don't know. But I just didn't want to put their name in the title because I'm not on this, like it ain't that important for me to put their name in a title like that, I don't have it's not my lane. Like celebrity gossip is not my lane. It's not something that I would be successful at if I even tried to do it, because I want to always enjoy the celebrities who I celebrate, who I enjoy, the artists, the songwriters. I want to actually continue enjoying them. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to gossip about that. I don't want to do that. I want to just enjoy them for what they are. And to me, they're performers and they're great performers, and that's it. So I'll leave you guys with that. I want to say salute to everyone who joined me in the chat room. I appreciate you. I appreciate your dialogue and your feedback. It's always valuable. Maybe I wish that I could do community polls, because I kind of wanted to do a poll or a vote on either Resident Evil or what was the other one? It was Resident Evil, or was it Call of Duty? I wanted to do a vote on which game I should download next, because people keep asking me to do Resident Evil. I think someone asked me to do Friday the 13th. I'm like, Friday? I don't even know if that's on PS4. But anyway, Call of Duty. I'll see about it. I don't know. But anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning into the stream. I always appreciate you. And always remember, no one's more deserving of your love than you. Okay? Yeah, I still do poems. I just don't share them on YouTube because I don't want people copying my work. I appreciate you so much. All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got some writing to do and other stuff to do. Thank you, Gotti. Yeah, I got to go swing by a few podcasts before I do my nightly rituals. Show some love to some of the people I support. So, everybody take care. Have a wonderful night. Salute to y'all. Good night.